Good afternoon, Mr. Smith. I'm Dr. Perkins. I see that you're here for a mental evaluation.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I'm not crazy.
So, Mr. Smith, what makes you think that you're crazy? Are you hearing voices, or are you seeing things, or what's going on?
Well, nothing like that. But all my friends are telling me I need to quit smoking. And I don't think I need to quit. As a matter of fact, I need to keep smoking because I think if you quit, you will get lung cancer.
Okay. That's fairly common. I've heard a lot of people have that concern. Why are you wearing the bag on your head?
Because if I am crazy, I don't want you to know who I am.
All right, fair enough. I will work with you. So why do you think quitting smoking causes lung cancer?
Well, my friend, his dad smoked for 20 years. He smoked 2 packs a day, and he didn't have lung cancer, COPD, or anything until he stopped smoking. And so it's quitting that killed him. Within 5 years of quitting, he had COPD, and within 6 years of quitting, he had lung cancer. So I can't help but think if my friend's dad kept smoking, he would still be alive today.
Well, Mr. Smith, your friend's dad was just one person. Can you think of anybody else that had that same sort of thing happen to him?
Oh yes, I can think of lots of things. There's my friend Joe, and Bob, and Sally, and Susie, and Rebecca, and Sarah.
Alright, so you're not completely crazy to think that their problem started after they stopped smoking. The problem is, our bodies are built to last a long time. And the way we do that is we have 5 to 10 times more organ than what we need just sitting in a chair not really doing anything. So what does that mean? Let's put that in reverse. Well, that means that 80 to 90% of that organ can be gone before you have symptoms. So while you've been smoking for years and years and years, you've been destroying your lungs, and things have been getting worse and worse and worse. But you're not going to have any symptoms, you're not going to have a problem that's in your face until 80 to 90% of that organ is gone.
But how do I know that's the truth? All my friends developed these problems after they quit smoking. So how do I know that smoking was the problem and not quitting?
Well, Mr. Smith, that is an excellent question. And the way I'm going to answer that is with statistics, right? If I just tell you one person, well, it might have just been that one person. Who knows what's going on? Maybe the reason they didn't get lung cancer is because they smoked. Maybe it's because they didn't smoke. Maybe it's because they lived upstairs. Maybe it's because they lived downstairs. There's just too much stuff going on to really be able to see. But if we have thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people that are all the same except for this little thing over here, we can figure out what this little thing over here does, right? And so when we look at thousands and thousands and thousands of people that are similar except for whether or not they smoke, one of the things we see is that if you're a smoker, you're 30 times more likely to get lung cancer than somebody who doesn't smoke. But if you throw away your cigarettes for 5 years, you still have 12 times the risk developing lung cancer than somebody who's never ever smoked. Now that sounds bad, but that's a lot better than 30 times the risk, right? Put it another way, if you throw away your cigarettes, one of the things you're going to do is you're going to reduce your risk of lung cancer by 60% by the 5-year mark. Now, if you throw away your cigarettes for 25 years, you still have 3.85, we'll just say 4 times the risk of lung cancer compared to the average non-smoker. But that's a lot better than 30 times the risk of lung cancer, which is what a current smoker would have. Put it another way, if you throw away your cigarettes, you drop your risk of getting lung cancer by almost 90%. So that's pretty powerful.
Well, that all sounds really good, but why do these problems show up after they stop smoking?
Well, Mr. Smith, let me ask you a couple of questions. If you never ever smoked, would your lungs get better or worse as you got older?
They would get worse.
That is exactly right, Mr. Smith. If you're 60 years old, in 10 years, whether you smoke or whether you quit, you will be 70. And in 10 years, whether you smoke or you quit, you'll be in worse shape. The question is in which case will you be in worse shape? If you smoke, your lung function will drop like this. If you don't smoke, your lung function will drop like this. In either case, you're worse, but you can see the smoker's in a lot worse shape. And so think about your friends that developed all these problems after they quit. Why? Because they got older, right? The problem was already there, and the problem was getting worse and worse and worse. And yes, unfortunately, they got COPD, they got pneumonia, they got lung cancer after they quit. But all those problems would have happened earlier and been more severe had they continued to smoke. Well, Doc, I think you convinced me that I was wrong and that I'm crazy. Is it okay if I wear this bag for the rest of the day?